Hey guys, what's up? It's Andrew Matthew back again with another video. So I've been using the Acer Predator XB271HU for 5 years and it served me well. But I've always wanted to get myself one of those fancy 21:9 ultra-wide monitors. But I didn't want to spend a fortune for another monitor, especially since I've just upgraded my whole build. Press F for bank account. So while browsing for a monitor online, I came across Prism Plus, which is a Singaporean company. And I thought, well, hey, that's close to Malaysia, maybe I should give it a try. And you know what? The specs were pretty convincing. 34-inch 1440p ultra-wide, 144Hz refresh rate, FreeSync. Thank God Nvidia supports FreeSync now. I definitely can't afford another G-Sync monitor. Okay, it's no IPS, but at least it's not TN, and I figured I could live with that. Now, assuming it delivered on all of the specs that it's promised, having good viewing angles and decent colors would actually just be a bonus. There are plenty of positive reviews on YouTube, but they could be sponsored reviews, so to take them with a grain of salt. But online store reviews were generally positive. Plus, it was priced within my budget, so I thought, you know what? Why not? The only thing that bothered me was waiting for the delivery. I had to pre-order and wait for almost a month to get my monitor. The lockdowns weren't helping either. If you're not the waiting type, check whether the monitor you want is in stock before placing your order. Or prepare to wait. Oh, and I also threw in their Arc Stealth VESA monitor arm with my order because I'm not a fan of the stand this monitor comes with. Now, I've been using this monitor for 5 months now. Welcome to my review. Let's start with the design. It's clean, it's generic, but it works. It's about as tall as a 27-inch 16:9 monitor, which means it pairs well with my old XB271HU. Since this is also my first curved monitor, let me say that it's more functional than I thought. My main concern initially was the distortion, but so far, I haven't noticed any. In fact, reading text on a curved monitor feels pretty good since the monitor curves around your field of view, so it's easy to see. The good news is that I've got no complaints about color or viewing angles. I read somewhere that Prism Plus uses only A+ Samsung panels. While I'm cautious about that statement, I'm also satisfied with the panel I have. I know this shouldn't have to be said, but yes, I can confirm that the monitor is indeed 1440p ultra-wide and does support 144Hz. So it's not a scam. According to the website, newer models of this same monitor can actually support up to 165Hz. Mine doesn't. I've tried. Sad face. Now, there is some minor ghosting. I think it's mostly unnoticeable unless you're really looking for it, but it is a VA panel. And for a monitor to have these specs within this budget, it's only fair to manage your expectations. I'm surprised it's not worse. Okay, now let's move on to the it's not perfect section of the video. First off, navigating the monitor's on-screen display isn't the best experience. The buttons are hard to press and the interface looks basic, but you get what you pay for, and most people don't revisit the settings after, setting it up. So honestly, this gets a pass. Here are some quirks that I've noticed. Occasionally, there's some flashing on the screen when I'm on Premiere Pro, Photoshop, or Lightroom, but I'm not sure if it's entirely the monitor's fault. It could just be my graphic card glitching, or just Adobe being, well, Adobe, so you might want to put a pin on that. Also, the refresh rate occasionally resets back to 60Hz. Even though Windows tells me it's running at 144, I can tell it's not. I noticed this happens when I boot my PC without turning off the monitor the night before. I've found 2 ways to fix this. The first way is to navigate to your graphics settings, change your refresh rate, and then switch it back to 144Hz. The second way, which is also my favorite way, is to turn it off and on again. Okay, so my guess is that these errors come from Nvidia trying to work with FreeSync. But I'm not entirely sure, so if you guys know what's going on, please tell me in the comments. So at the start of the video, I also said that I threw in an Arc Stealth VESA monitor arm. Well, I'm sad to report that it is slightly disappointing, at least when I paired it with this monitor. Why? Well, because although it was from the same company, it doesn't fully support the weight of the monitor. When using the X340 Pro with the monitor arm, I noticed it had a slight downward tilt. The good news is that I did manage to fix that annoying tilt by forcefully tilting the monitor upward while tightening the screw that holds the monitor, up. This process isn't optimal because it risks breaking not only the monitor arm but also the monitor itself. So although it works, I shouldn't have to do it. And one wrong move, the monitor tilts right back down, so I have to risk it all over again. Now, don't get me wrong, the monitor arm itself is solid and I love how easy it is to set up. It also worked surprisingly well when I tested it out with my old Acer monitor. And I've tried other budget monitor arms with that monitor and they don't work. And I don't just mean they don't work as well as this, they just don't support the weight of that monitor at all. So I hope Prism looks into this and fixes it, or at least release a monitor arm that can really support heavy monitors, especially if it's their own products. Let's move on to my final thoughts. Overall, I'm happy to report that the monitor manages to fulfill most of my expectations. While it does have its flaws, they're not really deal breakers for me. So yeah, if you're looking for an ultra-wide on a budget and you're okay with some minor quirks, I'd say this is a solid option. It might sound like I'm tough on this monitor, but I'm actually very happy with my purchase considering that my other options cost 2 or 3 times more. And that's all I have for this video. If you liked it, consider subscribing. If you know someone who's thinking of buying this monitor, share this video with them. I hope you guys found the video useful, and you know what? See you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.